Okay, now inshallah, if all the brothers can be in the main area, inshallah we can start the session now. So now once you have made your intention, now try and bring the three states or the three keys that Allah is with me. Try to feel the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to the nearest meaning in the Quran it is mentioned that Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein. Try to feel that presence, that strong presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nothing else with you. There is nothing else besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with you at this time. Know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also watching you. He can see your every action, your every move, your every breath. Every time your heart is ticking, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can see this. It is by His permission that your heart is beating. Imagine He can see all of this taking place. He can see what's deep into your hearts. And the final key is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is hearing me. He can hear everything. He can hear that heartbeat. He can hear everything moving inside. Your deepest wants, your deepest fears, your deepest needs and problems. He can hear them. Express them all to Him. Give them all to Him. Now that we have brought ourselves in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will now begin with the protection amals, namely starting with Bismillah, after Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Surah Al-Fatiha once, Ayatul Kursi once, the three Quls in the following order of Surah Ikhlas, Surah Falaq and Surah An-Nas 3 times. And then once we have done this, we'll blow into our hands, over our head, face and all our body. Now that we have come under the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is like a protective shield has come around us. We will now enter into the 3 states, starting with the state of humbleness. And one thing that we could think of in regards to humbleness is that no matter how much and how hard and how much worship we do towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can never worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He deserves. Our worship, He is deserving much more of that. No matter how much effort we put in, we can never worship Him as He deserves. It's solely through His mercy that He accepts our worship, not through our effort. And then we will enter into the second state, which is the state of shukr. Even though we cannot worship Him as He deserves, yet He still blesses us with so many things, such as this experience, such as this weekend, an action, an spiritual experience which people try to achieve after years and years and years, but just in a matter of 3 days, with the help of the Mashaykh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed us to have these spiritual experiences. We should be grateful for this to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even just being in the mosque and being able to do His worship when others are out there doing other things, He has given us this opportunity to be here. And finally, we will put ourselves into the third state, which is the state of reliance. That only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who can allow us to travel. No matter how much preparation we do, no matter how much effort we put in, yet it is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who will take us. So solely rely on the mercy and the fazl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And believe so strongly that He is the one who will take you. And if you have a strong belief and solely belief on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and rely on Him, then you will indeed travel and experience. Now we will start with the connection Amals, starting with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim once. Then we will do Istighfar, Astaghfirullah 3 times, and really seek forgiveness from the bottom of your heart for every wrong you have done, and let that wrong go out of your heart. Seek forgiveness deeply from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then pray Durood Sharif, any Durood Sharif 3 times, and really connect to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then finally, recite La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah 3 times, and believe deeply in your heart that there is no power and might that can take you besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything is in His control. So when you recite it as though you are believing this, and you are going to act upon this when you are traveling. Now imagine that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above your head in the color white, in a beautiful shining white. And imagine that now the light is coming from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and is penetrating into your head and coming down into your body and filling your body with this beautiful white light. Every part of your body is being filled with this beautiful light as you breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out, imagine that all the worries and stresses and difficulties and negative thoughts and evil desires are leaving from the body. Now, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a beautiful shining red color. And as you breathe in through the nose, a beautiful red light is coming through your nose and down your body to the red latifa and entering the red latifa, which is located just below the navel area, and it is cleansing this latifa as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you can see all the dirt and filth is being relieved from the back of the latifa. Now imagine that the color of the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has changed to the color orange, a beautiful shining orange. And as you breathe in through the nose, you can see a beautiful orange light coming through the nose, down the body, and is entering into the orange latifa, which is on the navel, and is cleansing this latifa as you are breathing in. And as you breathe out, it is removing all the dirt and filth from this latifa. Now refresh the three keys. Allah is watching me, Allah is with me, Allah is hearing me. Rebuild that connection and even stronger than what it was before. Now you can see the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is changing into a shiny, beautiful yellow color. And as you breathe in through your nose, this light is entering through your nose and coming down your body and entering into the yellow latifa, which is situated in the stomach area and is cleansing this latifa. And as you breathe out, all the dirt and filth is removed. Now you can see that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has changed into a beautiful bright green color and is sparkling above your head. And as you breathe in through the nose, you can see this beautiful green light entering through your nose and coming down your body and entering into the green latifa, which is situated in the chest area at the same level of the heart, and is cleansing the latifa. And as you breathe out, you can see all the dirt and filth is removed from the back of the latifa. Now you can see the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has changed into a light blue color, a beautiful light blue color. And as you breathe in through your nose, you can see a beautiful light blue light entering through your nose and coming down to the light blue latifa, which is located in the throat area. And as you are breathing in, it is cleansing this latifa, and as you breathe out, all the dirt and filth is being released from the back of the latifa. Now you can see that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has changed into a dark indigo blue, shining dark indigo blue. And as you breathe in through the nose, this light is coming directly to the forehead, where the blue latifa is located, and is cleansing the latifa as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, all the dirt is being removed from this latifa. Now see that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has changed into a white color and is shining in the color white. And as you breathe in, you can see the white light is coming to the white latifa, which is above the head where the imama or topi sits, and it's cleansing the latifa. And as you breathe out, you can see all the dirt is being removed from this latifa. Now we can still see the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in white, but as we breathe in through our nose, we can see that the light is penetrating through our head and is going down the body and is cleaning all the latifas and filling the body, and you can feel your body expanding like a balloon. And as you breathe out, your body feels lighter and lighter each time you breathe out until it has fully disappeared. Now your body has fully disappeared, and all that remains is the latifas and your breath. And as you breathe in through the nose and breathe out, the latifas one by one begin to turn off. Now we can see that the red latifa has turned off. Now the orange latifa has turned off. The yellow latifa has turned off. The green latifa has turned off. The light blue latifa has turned off. The dark blue latifa has turned off. Now the white latifa has turned off. All that is left now is our conscious and our breath. So keep breathing. Now we begin to create our spiritual body, which is a mirror image of ourselves. As we are breathing in, we can see this image appearing. If not, then you just visualize the outline. And if this is difficult, then imagine the teacher is in front of you. Breathe in deep, long breaths, and then breathe out. And after a few breaths, we will collectively take the golden breath. Now we are going to take the golden breath into our spiritual bodies. We have all transferred into our spiritual bodies. And now look for the teacher, Sheikh Ahmed Dabbagh. We have found our teacher, and he is with us in the gathering. And now each and every one of us is here, ready to embrace our teacher. Some are excited and embracing the teacher with a hug. Some have guilt and remorse and are fearful and are shaking the hand of the teacher. And everyone is meeting the teacher one by one. The teacher is happy to see that everyone is here. And as this is our last collective session, each should try to seek for advice from the teacher that they can take with them. Now the teacher has held all of our hands tightly and has taken us up with a blink of an eye above the clouds. All we can see is grey clouds, and before we know it, we are outside of the graveyard in Morocco, Fez, where the mazar of Sheikh Abdul Aziz Dabbagh rahimahullah resides, our grand teacher. We see that now our teacher is leading us inside of the grave, and we can see the mazar of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh illuminated in a beautiful light, and we are following the teacher towards this mazar. Some of our hearts are content and are feeling very excited, while others have guilt and remorse in their heart. Now we have reached the beautiful mazar, of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabag. We can see a light coming from the mazar. The door is open, our teacher is in front of us, and as we see this light, beautiful light coming out of the door, and within this light appears a beautiful figure illuminated in the white light, and embraces our teacher with such love that we have never experienced and seen before. And now Sheikh Abdul Aziz Dabag is calling us to embrace him one by one, as he wants to show us this love, as he is our grand teacher. With the permission of the teacher, one by one we go and embrace Sheikh Abdul Aziz Dabag, and he is expressing to each and every one of us so much love. Now this love is penetrating through our hearts, such deep, immense love for us, as we are his grandchildren. And now we seek advice individually from Sheikh Abdul Aziz Dabag. And we are told by Sheikh Abdul Aziz Dabag that this is the path of truth. This is the path that will take you to the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His beloved Prophet. So stay firm on this path and stick to the teacher like glue, because he is the one who will keep you firm on this path. He is the one who will take you to the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Sheikh Abdul Aziz Dabag is so happy to see that we came here this weekend and sacrificed our time to meet them and to be with them. They are so happy with each and every one of us. And now, with the permission of our Master Ahmad Dabag, we now travel with Sheikh Abdul Aziz Dabag and Sheikh Ahmad Dabag to the mazar of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Al-Jailani. The scenery has changed, and now we are in front of the mazar. Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani is there, sat outside of his mazar. We can see this light coming from him. Such beautiful and immense light is coming from Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. He was sat here waiting for us, happy to see us, happy to see us. He begins to embrace our teacher, and Sheikh Abdul Aziz Tabbaq. Then he calls us to come and embrace him, as he has so much love for us, to see us visiting him. And he's embracing us with so much love. So much light is coming from Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. One by one we are embracing him. Some are very ashamed to be in his presence. Now, individually, we have permission to ask for advice of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. And some nasiyah is given that when you go back to your localities, to spread this message, to invite others to come to these retreats and see how your journey will also improve and how you will also begin to get closer to the Mashayikh and be able to spend more time with Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani and our teacher, Sheikh Ahmad Tabbaq, and our grand teacher, Sheikh Abdul Aziz Tabbaq. And now, with the permission of the Mashayikhs, we suddenly are sat on this beautiful white marble, smooth white marble. We can feel this beautiful breeze, peaceful breeze, and in front of us we can see the green dome illuminating the beautiful light shining down on the teacher, and behind us is Jannat al-Baqi, and we are all facing this green dome, and this light is intensifying greater and greater. And we are walking closer to the green dome with our teacher. And then we stop in front of the doors. And we can see from outside that the Jali Mubarak is opening, and this light, beautiful light, a light that we have never seen before. Such a beautiful light is coming out, is coming towards the door. And another light appears from this light, and this light is so great and so immense. And we begin to recite salawat individually, with our heads lowered, as this beautiful light is above us all. Such power, such strength, nothing like we have ever felt before. And such love is coming from this light and is entering upon our hearts as we recite salawat. It is our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam And He is so pleased to meet us. And in this month, this blessed month, we have been gifted with His presence. And He is so pleased that we have made this sacrifice to come and visit Him. And at your own level, embrace Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And now, beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is giving us nasiyah that if you stay sincere to my Ahmad, then you are staying sincere to me. And if you stay sincere to this path, you will achieve my closeness. They are so happy to see us and that we are with them. They are sat with us with so much love. Now, we send salawat upon them and ask for their permission if we can return back, and then from Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam we slowly step away with much reluctancy. We are going away from them, and then we return back to the mazar of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, and we seek permission from them to leave. And then we are back to the mazar of Sheikh Abdul Aziz Dabad, and then we seek permission from them to leave. And then finally we seek permission from our beloved teacher, Sheikh Ahmad Dabad, to return to our physical body. And now slowly, our souls are returning back to our body, and we can begin to open our eyes slowly. Subhanallah. Astaghfirullah, tawbu ilayk.
Inshallah, alhamdulillah, may Allah reward our Ustad Siraj as well, and bless you all. The salah is at 1:15. So the bulk of the feedback I would like to take an after salah, inshallah. So I like everyone here, I think most people, if not all, have given feedback and their experience, shared their experiences or asked questions, which is good. But also I like you to actually take opportunity now, because this is our last day, to share your experience, or any difficulties as well as any questions, so that after we give you final advice and part company, you know exactly what to do in your own locality, in your own houses. And inshallah you will be given a plan of action, what to do. And these retreats will be happening, every frequently as well, so we can also participate and improve and enhance and strengthen your spiritual journey as well. So may you go from about 5-10 minutes. So maybe the brother here. Like I said, we'll take the bulk of the feedback after yours.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
The golden breath is where I find difficult to transfer. I try to do the breath, but after the breath, my whole body just has a tingling sensation, and I just have to follow the Ustad. I don't really see anything. I don't feel like I've transferred. It's happened for all 4 of the sessions.
So if you just keep your mic to yourselves. So you managed to follow, you can see all the different colors. Okay. Just keep going. So that's good, mashallah. So alhamdulillah, you can see. And I think maybe it's just a matter of understanding and practice. But I think transfer is the same way as you see the colors in yourself. There's nothing different. Rather, I would say the experience which you have, the tingling feeling or that sensation, is actually a positive thing. Like we heard from a brother last night early in the morning, that he feels, for example, like in his body, or our Imam here, he was saying where he felt something in his physical body. So imagine that we always saying imagine, 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 and you're here, you are saying I can feel it in my body. So that is a much stronger experience if you think about it. Maybe you're slightly confused or unsure of what's going on. So you almost have to fight that rather than letting it go and go with the flow. And as you said, yeah, I follow the teacher, Ustaz, which is good, because that's what we ask you to do anyway, even at the imagination level. So I think with this issue, if you, inshallah, next time you do so, or practice at home once a week, whatever, the timetable we given to you, inshallah, is don't hold yourself back thinking, have I transferred, have I not transferred, has this really happened or not, or is it just my thoughts? All this we've clarified. Remove all this confusion from you. When we said that if you can travel now at the thought level in words, that's fine. If you can travel in the imagination level, that's fine. If something great happens, like you said, spiritual experience, then that is even better. So therefore, we've uprooted all the difficulties or all the difficult, confusing thoughts, so that you don't have to be worried to yourself. Because remember, the Ustaz and Asatizahs mentioned throughout this retreat that we do not rely on our own self or our ability or capability to do so. We always rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His power for us to traverse this path, and we have this trust that inshallah the teacher who's in a path of haqq and his haqq, he's going to support me, take me and supervise me along the way, closely monitor me. So when you have these two, inshallah, rely on the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the teacher likewise, and then follow whatever you've learned here and the instructions, then I think you shouldn't have any difficulties. Maybe had you mentioned this earlier in the previous sessions, maybe in this session will be much better. But okay, let me ask you, after transfer, obviously you said you follow the Ustaz. What did you experience, or what did you imagine?
So I have
go through the motion.
The feeling intensifies once I've done the golden breath, but I don't feel like I've transferred.
Yeah. So again, you're saying but. You just said feeling intensifies. Great. Everyone's saying yeah, that's what I want. But you putting a but in there, which I told you not to put but in there. Yeah. See what I'm saying? How you still have that clout in your mind.
I think I am a bit of a doubt. That's why I need to think that.
So what I'm saying is I'm trying to remove that doubt now.
Yeah.
Is don't worry too much, because what you're trying to be is you're trying to be the seeker, the learner. You're trying to be the analyzer, and you want to be the decider. So you're taking 3 roles here. What we're saying is, when the Ustad showing you the 10 list of the role of the teacher, what they need to do, they have to do this, supervise you, guide you, so on. This full list we showed in the presentation. and only one condition or one role for the seeker, which is you just follow what the instruction is. But here maybe there was a slight confusion where, and it's natural, it's not just you, it happens to everyone, because it's the first time, it's a new experience, new world, and we see all this thought comes in just to be sure, because we want to settle in. All we're saying is that don't try to be the analyzer or the guide yourself. Oh yeah, that now I know I'm having a spiritual experience. This is for the role of the ustad and the teacher to tell you. This only comes when you've been doing this for years, then you know exactly what's going on. But obviously until then, you just have to follow. And then relate back, like we're doing now, relate back to the ustad and say, look, I've had this experience, please enlighten us. And through the explanation and interpretation, then it confirms what you have seen or not. So remember, when you say but, that this is not my role here. My role is just to follow and then relate. Then basically what happens is, you've basically realized my burden is lifted. That's not my role, or that's not my job to do in the first place, to analyze and critically look into it, do analysis of it. It's not my role. I'm just going to carry on. So therefore the but question goes away. Okay, now inshallah try again. No, I mean, what happens if transferring beyond the journey after the spiritual journey? Mention that.
I just follow the ustad, try to picture in my mind what he's trying to portray.
So I want you to do is, whatever you remember, because quite a lot's been mentioned, I want you to, in your own words, say whatever you remember. Because you just said, I follow the stars, but rather saying that I've done exactly what they've said, I want to recall whatever you can remember and say how you followed, what you saw.
I don't really see, I don't see.
No, again, you're not understanding me. You said you followed the stars.
Yeah.
So you don't have to follow ustaz, you must have, relate to whatever he's saying. Okay, yeah, this is happening. He said this is happening, this is happening. What I'm saying is, now you say same thing in your own words. That's what I'm saying.
We see Hazrat Saab, and we meet Hazrat Saab,
okay,
and they look very happy with everyone.
Okay.
And then we be transferred to Fez at the graveyard. We meet Sheikh Abdul Aziz the Bagh, and then
you can even describe, it was hot, it was sunny, it was cloudy, the clothes you felt they were wearing, or the light was emanating.
There was a lot of light. It was a hot day.
Okay, mashallah. Okay. So alhamdulillah, now that mashallah you've expressed yourself, that's all we ask you to do. When you go back, practice at your own locality at home and then come to the future ones, this is something that you take away and you build on. This is what I'm saying. Straight away you realize, why have I been holding myself down? I've not asked you, or we've not given you a responsibility. You simply go through the motion, transfer, even at the imagination level. We not say that, mashallah, you've reached haqqul yaqeen. We're trying to establish the ainul yaqeen. But in order for us to establish that, you need to play your role, or you need to cooperate with us, so to speak. Yeah. So as you just mentioned the word exactly, alhamdulillah, in my opinion and assessment, a journey has begun in terms of on the road to achieving those higher realities. So only thing is, you should take that as an encouragement, so that in your personal one-to-one personal practices, as well as in the future retreats, inshallah make irada to come, that you can only enhance and establish this experience. So that's something that inshallah I will say, Mubarak, may Allah reward you, and congratulations that you have now maybe at the understanding level understood what is required from you. Because that's the biggest thing. When that is removed, because I know, because I interact with many of them, some people have this clout for 3, 4, 5 years, and only after they understood, oh right, is that the role I have to do? Alhamdulillah, in 1 or 2 days, this has been removed for you. So you've had an enlightenment of understanding at least what to do and how to follow, inshallah. So just keep that in mind, take our word for it, inshallah. And you see then all these questions and doubt comes into mind, it's not a question anymore. You get to understand what's really going on, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay? So I think it's time for Salah now. Soon. Anyone want to say anything? Jihu? Just mention your name and mention your name.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Yeah, your name?
Suhaib.
Suhaib.
The first 3 times I found it hard to imagine, and follow the Ustad. Yesterday, yeah. But this time I found it more easier to follow the Ustad and imagine what's going on.
So remember, we all said, our Ustad have said that our target was, at least as far as this retreat is concerned, that you will have certain experience at a knowledge level, at understanding level, or even imagination level, or even spiritual level. Some brothers have quite vivid, strong spiritual experiences, that you will achieve something, alhamdulillah, within space of less than 48 hours. So it's only hours it's not even days, I would say, if you think about it that way. So now that, inshallah, if you think you've actually understood or gained something, only thing is up and beyond now, inshallah. It's up to you, whether you stay where you are or really then put more effort in, and personally at your own time, as well as in the future retreats, and then see the result, inshallah. Then you see the outcome, how it's flourishing. Everyone here, the stars and all the teachers and everyone else who are actually leading yours and guiding us and giving this, they've all started at some point. Remember, we're all human beings. We all have similar understanding, similar feelings, similar, emotions and so on. And everyone begins at a certain level. And we all began similarly what you've been going through. So you're not just a unique thing that I'm just a doubtful person. No, that's just part of human experience. When you begin something, I don't know, obviously we don't remember, but if you ever can recall how have I learned to read and write for the first time, nursery and primary level, the teachers develop such a certain way, so we recognize words like phonics. So we don't even say B, because they don't understand what B is. We say ba, for example, oka, and all that stuff, a. And so very simply, as we learn those phonics, then over time we learn to join words, letters into small words. Like a hat, cat, sat, these things, and then slowly build on it. So imagine spiritually now we're learning like this, then you just need that patience now and just to follow. If, for example, straight away that child, let's say, said, oh, what is this phonics? I don't understand. What is A? I have a doubt that A exists. Now we just have to just bear with this and just follow. You'll see it makes into words and sentences in the future, inshallah. So that's what we actually request, that you build on now, inshallah, what you experience, inshallah. Yeah. Do you make one more? Just to go from that. Yeah, inshallah.
I was imagining quite well.
So before you even begin, if I may ask you, now that we explained, sorry, what's your name, brother?
Suhaib.
No, this brother. Your name is Suhaib as well?
No.
What's your name? Akib. Like that we were trying to explain to Akib and Suhaib as well. We understood that how you actually view this whole imagination concept and following, that shouldn't be our question in your mind.
Yeah.
It is imagination, we accept it already. That's why we mention it again and again. It's just it's just a gateway to something else.
Yeah. So I, as well as what the brother was explaining when we were there at the Mazar, I felt that I saw some extra things like the way Sheikh Abdul Aziz the Bag met Hadrat Sahib, they kissed their forehead. And then I looked at their sandals, Abdul Aziz the Bag's sandals, they were white sandals with the white jubba, and their face was like I could just see light from their face. And then when we went to Medina Sharif, when the brother was saying the Prophet is happy to see us, and I was thinking to myself that why are they happy to see us when we are so sinful? But then I realized that the Prophet loves us so much that even though we are very sinful, so that's the kind of experience I had.
So beautiful understanding, beautiful teaching we receive, and in reality it is true. I am very, very sinful, and to be in the presence of the Mashaykh and the teacher and the greatest of all, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is truly, it is a fadl from them, grace from them, nothing because we do whatever. But one thing for yourself, I would say, mashallah, congratulations again. These things, Ustad Siraj had not mentioned, so you have experience. So that shows that there is a science behind that. You actually having a spiritual unseen. So what you have to do, this sign of the unseen which is shown to you, you should take it as a blessing for yourself. You should take it as a motivation for yourself. And really, we should really, for everyone as well as yourself, we should take it as a sign of the unseen, so that now we can translate into action. Translate and submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in what? In our time, effort, energy, wealth on this path forever now until we die. And how do you do this? Is by seeing the way and the mode of our teacher, how they've been doing. The sacrificing, the time, the energy, the wealth, everything. The role model is right in front of us. So what you should do now, use this sign of spiritual unseen experience now to really, this has been shown to you so that it motivates you now and your life now changes for good. So you can translate into everything into action, inshallah, in terms of your, what is again, your time, your energy, your wealth, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Submit to them. And obviously the teacher, how they've been showing us, inshallah, by their own selves. Look, they're out there going around the world, conveying the message of Deen and trying to help Ummah. And obviously to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the role model in front of us. So submitting to the teacher and ultimately submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all what we have. In reality, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anyway. Then really what we experienced in this retreat, then we could say we actually thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we repay, not even repay, but we showed a token of appreciation for what they've actually granted, especially all the spiritual openings that we had today, or this retreat, inshallah. Inshallah, maybe I think Brother Nawaz want to say, is he not here? Inshallah, after, because we got time, inshallah, after Zuhur Salah as well. Zuhur Salah is 1:15, so you can break now, refresh, do your Sunnah prayer, Zuhur Salah, and then straight after Zuhur, remain in the hall. Then we'll go to the feedback and then give you a short break, and then there's another session at the end, final one, inshallah. Okay, then, Jazakallah. You want to say?